Alright folks, welcome back to the Strife Championship Series. I'm the Source. Joining me for this best of three is going to be Hawkeye, and it's going to be Papa Please versus Flex. We'll be getting into game one momentarily, as the picks and bans have already started. Claudessa and Rook being removed. On the side of Papa Please, Nikolai Hale Harrower, as Nikolai has made it through picks and bans. On the other side for Team Flex, Bastion, Ray, Vermilion, and Bo.
Yeah, it's actually going to be an interesting comp here with the Ray and the Vermilion. I guess you do have the tankiness that comes in from Bastion and Bo. But we are getting through picks here and bans. Bans were on Claudessa and Rook. Getting that up here for you in just a second.
Yep, we also have two more picks coming out from Papa Please. They've grabbed Malady and Featherstone, so likely to have Featherstone in the top lane, I'm guessing, with Nikolai, Malady, Hale in mid lane, Harrower in the bot. And on the other side, they have picked their final hero for Team Flex. They grabbed Minerva. So Minerva solo, Vermilion, and Bo. Ray, Bastion, Vermilion, Bo top, Ray, Bastion mid is what I'm going to be guessing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it would look like to me, but you never know what people are going to end up playing in the end. I mean, it's every match today we've tried to call what we think everything's going to be, and it's just not. I don't think we've been completely accurate once, have we yet?
A close once.
You're close one.
Last
okay, well, maybe I'll give
game
you
was
that one.
really close. It's sometimes they mess with the lanes, but I either get the where they're going. I either get where they're going to be roughly, but the composition's wrong. Like they send. I usually get the pairings right. That's what I usually get. I usually figure out who's paired with who, just not where they're going to be.
Okay, well, and it'll get easier over time. We have kind of a small pool of heroes still, so you have a lot of diversity, a lot of people pulling double duty in many different lanes and many different roles. As you know, the number of choices diversify, we'll probably see some more set stuff as people are just better at one thing or another. But I actually really like that about Strife, that there's kind of so much you can do as far as where people play. There's a lot less set. You look at a lot of other MOBAs, and pretty much everyone has their set role, and it's the only thing they do. Everyone here is versatile.
That's true, but then it makes it strategically very difficult to control situations, because you're like, well, they play everything and we play everything, so where do picks and bans really start to, like, picks matter, but bans start to get a little wishy-washy, because, like, everybody plays everything, so what do we get rid of, except for just, like, blanket things?
Yeah, and that definitely is difficult, and I do not envy the captains on these teams who have to make these picks and put these comps together, because it is very uncertain, what you've just seen picked against you, where it's going. So that's definitely tough. It's not something we've seen. Even other small MOBAs, other starting up MOBAs like Strife, tend to have more defined roles than we see here.
Well, either way, both teams are getting into games. So looking at Papa Please, pretty solid engagement team comp. They've got some pick potential, but a lot of what they're looking to do is really brawl you out in team fights towards the mid game. On the other side, much stronger lane compositions, in my opinion, for Flex. They've got Vermilion Bow, which will do pretty good at pushing. There's a lot of Vermilion Bow, Bastion, Ray is what I'm predicting, because Bastion just goes in with a Zydek charge. Ray lands the stun down off the shock field. That's a ton of setup time for damage. The Minerva is the interesting pick. We saw, I believe it was OJC played the Minerva the other day. He also pulled out Jinshi as well. So we've seen that. We've seen Minerva work, but not as often.
Yeah, Minerva is a tough pick, but I'm interested to see. When it has worked, it has really worked. If you're able to get Minerva ahead, it's an incredibly powerful hero to be on. So I think in that respect, it's a worthwhile pick. You just have to. It's one of those careful picks. You can fall really far behind, but you can really get ahead and snowball things as well.
Alright, well, people are loading in. Yes is almost finished, along with Wubby. This is, again, a far more bruisery team composition, so they're going to be looking to scrap, fight around the mid-game a lot more than I think Flex is going to look to do. And that's the Fellblade on Flex Arena, so he's going to be looking for his very, very aggressive hard engage Bastion.
You'll have to see how that works out for him. I mean, Bastion can in a lot of ways be an all-or-nothing hero, so, with that additional power to go ahead and dive in and pick up those early, kills and get off that early damage, we'll have to see if that works out for him.
So big health regen picked up for Minerva, trying to keep health pool up. Sometimes can have mana issues, but that's really only going to be a problem if we see Hooligan trying to pick lots and lots of fights. If he avoids picking fights, then it really shouldn't be that bad for him.
Yeah, they should be able to. And again, a lot of this game is about fight choice. Where do you fight? Where don't you fight? We've seen in other games today where teams have set up, they've been the ones to get the drop on somebody, but because the situation wasn't right, they still lost. So you definitely have to pick your fights carefully, and then you have to go. When you go for something, you have to go all in. When you see one or two people on a team go, it's rarely worked out for anybody in this game.
Okay, so I did call the lane matchups, I think. I don't know about Flex, though. I can't tell yet.
It is time to
Can't see where Flex. Okay, we do have a quick pause, but an unpause right away. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we don't need another 5-10 minute pause we saw in the last match. That took a while. But as of right now, no, Bastion, come in. Bastion, no.
You were close. You were close again. Keep, give it a few. By playoffs, maybe by playoffs you'll have all of the calls correct and.
Watch by playoffs us have like 5 new heroes. Like they released 2 more new heroes by the time playoffs is the thing, and it was like, oh dear God.
There you go. That would actually be interesting at how when this game is changing so fast, it's hard to tell week from week how things will go.
Yeah, I'm also curious to see whether or not we get a lot of new competitive players coming in now that ranked is a thing. But we do see some engagement up in the top lane. Wubby using the fact that he is Nikolai to zone out in bushes, and Nikolai's early CC is good, his tankiness isn't, so he has to play that very, very carefully.
Yeah, it is definitely, you want to be cautious because you can go in and get that knockup, but if you mess it up,
Ooh, aggressive play in mid lane. Flex Luther in a lot of trouble. They're going to dive under the tower. Rippa's going to pick that one up and actually dives back out. So perfectly timed. The Burbot's going to chase, actually finishes the kill. Strayed is able to keep himself alive and pick up the revenge. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, huge dive. And just people diving towers and trading their lives for it. I'm not sure that this aggression is warranted at this stage of the game.
Yeah, that's actually really crazy, the amount of fighting we've had this early in the game. I mean, 2 immediate tower dives, both trading 1 for 1. But that you don't see that often. Usually people are trying to get into their rhythm here, get their last hitting down, and wait for those abilities to come up before they start fighting. That was not what we saw here at all.
Yeah, no, everybody went in face first, full steam ahead. Pretty aggressive, especially the people who died for it. Now, Rippa made sense, but I don't know why Zaiku went under tower. Like, you're an AD carry, yeah, that kill's important, but you're better off getting lane control and lane dominance. Because he died, he didn't get any of that. So they came back to lane at the exact same time, and he really lost control there.
Yeah, that can be tough. And it's, again, everything's a gamble. Is it worth the time out of lane? Or maybe you even get out of the tower there. But wasn't able to do it, wasn't able to take that control, and things actually pretty much came out very close to even there. Good job by Flex responding, though.
Smart play by Papa Please, getting some jungle creeps. They saw an easy camp they could pick up, add some GPM to their belt while they wait for the wave to push back out, as it was pushed all the way up to Flex's tower. And I'm looking to see where the aggression is likely to be. I'm assuming mid lane, 1 level, and Fable's going to be trying to pick people left and right.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the big problems with Malady is we saw it last game too. Incredible effect from SMD. It's just how much Malady can bring to a fight, how quickly things can change.
A lot of damage on Flex right now from the top lane. He missed that Zydek charge, which is, the downside of playing aggressive on Bo. You miss that one ability and you're in trouble. And now Flex being pressured out in this mid lane. Malady is likely to hit level 5 soon, so we'll see a play there. There was a Windrush picked up in the top lane or in mid lane for Flex Luther, so he'll have that to move his team around the map soon. I don't know if they want to be transitioning into too many plays, though. I think they need to wait and farm up a bit.
Yeah, and then we've had our early aggression. Everybody, I think, has kind of felt the other side out. Now I think we're going to see a little more passive play, people wanting to take advantages off fights now, not simply trade kills. especially up in the top lane, I think is where we're really going to see.
But mid, there's the initiate from Fable going hard onto Luther, but Luther manages to get out of there with just a little bit of help there.
A wild
wondering what
filibuster
happened to
fox
him.
appears.
I have arrived, I am back, and I am ready to Claudessa, except there isn't one here, so I'm sad.
Unfortunately, you saw a ban, and I don't have a hero I love more than life, so we didn't have one for this game.
I'm so sad. But, so far, nothing major seems to happen. Looks like just a couple of kills in favor of Papa.
Looks like there's a rotation coming in from Malady. We'll see whether or not Fable can make a play.
Oh, lands a beautiful tornado on How Cut Your Pizza, and down he goes, and down for Flexerino as well. Beautiful engage, a nice follow-up by Nikolai and Ziku there, Featherstone. Just beautiful pickup there, and Papa Please is off to a fantastic start.
Yeah, good play there. They were able to get off a really nice rotation in by Fable, and that is going to snowball that top lane ahead. And the last thing you want to be dealing with is a Nikolai who is tanked up early. He has his Elder Stone. Like to be able to transition into his boots sooner rather than later, and that's just going to be devastating up against, you know, a Vermilion Bastion, because if Bastion sort of steps out of line, Wubby's going to run all over him.
Wubby is in trouble now. Bastion comes up, but here's Ziku to try to push back Flexerino. Gets a little bit of damage, although Bastion's so tanky, almost barely notices the continued harass there.
Yeah, good play there to try and affect Wubby, but Wubby for the moment is going to be fine. He's already built up his Elder Stone. Bastion only has Felbait Power Boots, so he's really all in, needs to find something, and we haven't seen much out of this bottom lane, although we do see Hooligan going in, seems to want to duel with him, yes, and takes a little bit of damage, needs to be careful.
Yeah, pretty close there. Minerva's been pushing Hooligan pretty hard, so Minerva really needs to make something happen, but it's very difficult right now.
So, item pickup so far. There was a nice dampening cloak for Herald.
Engagement in
That'll
the
do some
mid.
damage.
Minerva misses the tornado, but a beautiful engage from Ripa provides a kill on Ray, and now Luthor is in the danger zone. Ripa and Fable trying to finish off the bow, but cannot quite pick it up.
Yeah, meanwhile up in the top lane, still some more aggression. Hakuto Pizza tries to go in, but I can't finish off Zykus. This is going to give Flex some tower pressure unless Flexerino decides to dive.
Flexerino almost dived in there, but got dissuaded by the canceled B from Ziku there, and they're still getting a lot of damage on that tower though.
Tower at about a little less than half health, so Flex turning some things around. Papa Blues has kill advantage and has some pretty good control, but it's going to be rough for them to be able to turn things around until they get a couple more items, or until Flexerino really sets up a nice play.
Indeed. Well, we're looking for a setup in any of these lanes right now. A nice GPN advantage across the board. The lowest on Papa has higher than the highest on... Oh, but there's the engagement from Hooligan down in the bot lane. Yes. Really fighting back there and preventing any sort of aggression. But meanwhile, up in the mid lane, Papa Ripa gets the kill on Luther. Now Strayed is in a lot of trouble. Ripa getting aggressive, and here's Wubby going right on the terror. Ultimate is out, and down goes Strayed.
Yep, that was a nice double kill for Ripa. Great play by Wubby to come in. Got the ultimate at max range, so a full dive for him. He's actually running teleport boots, so that was his entire combo to make that one happen. Doesn't actually have rocket boots yet. So for now, Wubby is making the plays he needs, and they were able to defend the tower too. So this may be another play with Fable coming in.
Indeed, they have, and that's a quick catch on How Could Your Pizza. And down he goes. Flexerino trying to finish off Fable. He's not going to be able to get it probably though, but Zico's low too, taking a lot of minion damage. But Fable gets the kill on Flexerino, and both of them manage to escape with a sliver of health. Meanwhile, Bo starting to mess with Harrower in the bot lane. That's a lot of danger combined with Minerva's reverse damage if they can get a good catch. Here he goes. He's going right in. Yes, sees it coming. And he manages to get back to his tower fairly safely. And they're just trading some blows. Luther trying to get some health off. Yes, for Hooligan to have a better time laning.
Well, this is going to result in a tower probably going down for Papa Please. They shouldn't have too much trouble picking this up, and that is pretty solid advantage. They've picked up a number of kills, clear GPM lead, about 100 above all of their opponents, and now in goes Flexerino trying to find something.
And meanwhile, mid, the Rippa got the kill under the tower diving stride. Looks like Zeke is going to get out with no issue up in the top lane. So that may be another tower in favor of Papa Please, as they pick up the mid tower, probably after this pause. LeBeau is on his way back. He's kind of low. Fable would probably just destroy him.
Yeah, it'll be rough for them. Still, taking a look at the gold lead, it's about 6,000 in favor of Papa Please, so they've had really good control picking up those towers. Rippa is playing a phenomenal game right now, so he's picked up a number of kills on his own. A lot of those have been solo. So Dampening Cloak, a little bit of power, and some mana. For the most part, he's doing everything solo, and down in the bottom lane, not much going to happen. They can keep rolling it out with each other, but I think until someone comes in a gank, no one's going to die.
That's a pretty tough lane to get a kill in. Meanwhile, the top tower goes down, and Zico's in trouble. Flexerina very low, but How Cut Your Pizza is coming right in on Zico, but Papa Fable is in to make the kill. Wubby's right behind him. That's a lot of crowd control if they were able to catch up to Flexerino, but it's very hard to catch a dashing Bastion.
Well, Fable thinks he can make it. He's actually going to turn off, head into the jungle, maybe rotate towards mid so they can push down another tower. Wubby's going to get them some vision, so they'll see Luther and Strayed trying to rotate around. It's going to be hard for them to push anything in the middle lane right now, just because it's Rippa. He clears pretty well as a melee hero, but he can't do everything, and it may be the rotation into bottom lane as Hooligan gets kind of low that Wubby is looking for.
Yeah, Wubby is coming up from behind the tower, waiting for yes to push up to that tower so they can dive it. Hooligan could be in a lot of trouble if that happens. He goes in and does all the damage he can to yes. He's going hard, but here's Wubby right through the tower. No minion wave to help him. He's just tanking it. He's in yes right behind, but it's not going to be enough to catch him out. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, 4 people pushing down Fable and Rippa, and they're going to do their best to fight this off here. There goes the Tranquility, and down goes Luther into the crowd control and into the death control. The best form of CC, as they say, is actually killing your target.
Yeah, he might have been able to walk away from that, but that was a good play by Rippa to get behind him, force the direction on him. Now tower going down in the bot lane for Papa Please. They picked the top and the bottom, looking to get the mid now that they've got advantage. Picked up that kill on Bo, will give them numbers advantage in the middle lane. They've got a wave pushing up. They should be able to get this now that Zyku is here to help push. And they have Fable and Rippa ready for the dive. Actually, Wubby goes in onto Flexerino, see if they get anything.
They don't land the Tornado on Flexerino, but there's more than enough follow-up to try and get it. Stunned from Wraith, delays it a little bit, but no, Luther's too deep. The wall keeping Wraith from helping at all means that Fable enables another kill. Strayed now in trouble. The ultimate from Nikolai trolling his team from being able to actually kill Ray there for a moment as they finish off this tower.
I mean, he was securing the kill. He picked up Ray and brought him back. It's going to be a good play for them. They're going to pick up that middle tower and maybe even get a second one. They don't have anybody who can rotate in on the side of Flex, so that may be probably picking up 3 towers very, very quick succession and 3 kills. It's going to be a pretty solid gold lead, swinging things up to about 9,000. Baldir is up. They could rotate that. They have 4 members there, and that looks like that's what they're going to be able to do. Picking up the vision, actually, Wubby is backing.
He's not going to be able to finish, though, as How Cut Your Pizza gets a little caught by Nikolai there. Yes, coming in to help Ziku land that kill. And they're rotating around for Baldir once again, which of course means that their gold lead will go over 9,000, which it already is, actually. And they're just going to pick up this Baldir, maybe get it up to about 10,000. Yeah, nice, cozy 12-minute lead. Very good play out of Papa Please this game.
Yeah, solid transitions. They've rotated well. A lot of this is on Rippa's back right now. He's done a really good job of getting ahead quickly after building pretty much defensive. He built that dampening cloak, and an ultimate came out from Wubby. Yes, is in a little bit of trouble, but he should be fine.
Yes, staying alive, as Rippa is just on the opposite side of the entire other team, and just walking around, no problem at all. And meanwhile, we've got Featherstone pushing the top lane, a lot of minions pushing the bottom lane in favor of Flex. But if they go to capitalize on that, they're going to leave their generator a little vulnerable. But there's the fight. Luther gets the catch on Fable. Fable in a lot of trouble here on his own, but Rippa comes and gets stunned by the Ray Circle, but it's not enough. He goes down as well. Wubby's having to get out of there, and they didn't even pick up a kill off of that. That's a good team fight for Flex.
Yeah, little over-aggressive by Papa Please. They're going to step forward, and Zyka may be in some trouble.
Looks fairly safe there. They stayed back. Hooligan is now here, though. That's a lot of potential extra damage if they get a hold of Ziku at all. But he's being very safe right now.
Yeah, I mean, Featherstone pretty immobile. Ooh,
they're going to initiate the ultimate from Nikolai, bringing back the fight to his tower. He's still going to go down there, but not before he gets both Luther, Flexerino, and Hooligan killed. So many down. Strave is going to get out of there. And of course, Vermilion is safe from the fight up on his own in the top lane. But that's a quick 3-for-1 pickup. Nikolai giving his life for the greater good for Papa Please.
Yeah, and probably should be able to rotate either onto Baldir. Actually, they're going for Syndara. So they've pushed up the wave in the bottom lane. This is going to be a really early Syndara. 14 minutes, 20 seconds. They should be able to get this. Not too much contention. Trade goes in, and he's going to instantly walk right into Fable.
Well, Fable is going to punish him for that, but Wubby comes in and steals the kill as they both rotate back to save Ziku from Syndara. As they start to finish that, they're going to get Kratos pushing for them, and they're going to have to disengage before Luther can get a good engagement here. I don't know if he's got enough health, but he is stopped dead. Quite literally, the best CC once again being used onto Bo, something he does not have a counter for, death itself.
I think there is no Guardian Angel in this game. There's no Zillion, so there really isn't a counter for death right now, other than not being caught out, and that was unfortunate there for Luther. Now, Kratos set up to push the middle lane. This is likely to be a generator. The way these fights have been going in Papa Please's favor, they have Zyku pushing up the top lane, and they have Mies pushing up the bottom lane. If he gets sold by Hooligan, though, that could give Flex a chance to defend this Syndara, or this Kratos push pretty easily if it's a 4v5.
Yeah, and they're starting this Kratos push with a 14,000 gold advantage. Certainly not small potatoes to be dealing with. But both these teams are setting up for this. Meanwhile, down the bot, Minerva and Bo going for the Harrower. Yes, looking like he's going to get out of there without much trouble. Wubby giving him a little support as the rest of the team is pushing up along with Syndara. 3-on-3 up here with the big ape. And not yet engaging, but they're going to soon. It's coming up and into the generator it goes. Here comes the fight. Fable goes in first. He takes a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot as the Ray stun goes down. Prevents Yes from getting too much damage in. Flexerino initiates back towards the Rippa, forcing back Papa Please. Looks like this fight is heavily in Flex's favor until the Wubby turnaround goes down. They pick up the kill on Hooligan, going too far deep by himself, and they're able to set up for this generator once again. Kratos is down, generator is working again. Oh, how Kutcher Pizza got up. Fable there. Yes, and a lot of trouble. Flexerino going for it, but he's gonna go down instead. Yes, gets out of there, and down goes Wubby as they're trying to pick up the last kills off of this fight. Luther charging out towards Ziku, but not managing to catch him. That's going to be 2 for 2 there, but that generator going down is more and more gold for Papa Please.
Yeah, I mean, a 2 for 2 trade plus the generator is definitely in their favor. Gold lead now spiking to almost 20,000, so they're far and far ahead. They've got a lot of pretty large items being picked up. Sitting on gold, actually, the only one sitting on gold is Nikolai, and he just finished something entirely a Wubby has picked up a Mystic Dagger, so a little confident there that his damage is worth it. Convinced that his abilities are going to set things up, and now he's going to actually bring down Hakider Pizza, so it was worth the Mystic Dagger. He's in a little bit of trouble now. We'll see if he gets out of it.
Doesn't look good for the Wubby. He is going to die here, but Papa Fable's coming in from the side. He gets a ton of damage on the Flexerino. He has enough. He picks up the kill, so that's 2 for 1 in the top lane, and Fable making the plays once again. Seeing some fantastic play from the Maladies today.
Yeah, no, that was good calculation on the damage. He stayed exactly where he needed to, landed the remaining auto attack, set that up. The engagement will be pretty strong if Rippa decides to go in. He does a lot of damage right now and is considerably tanky with a Golden Protector and a Dampening Cloak. Let's see whether or not Hooligan walks into the wrong fight. He's going to go into Zyku. We'll see how the fight goes.
Nervous, in a lot of trouble here. Down goes Hooligan, and but they managed to pick up Fable in the back though. Luther's going a little too hard there, trying to get Ziku, but it's not going to be enough. Huckutcher Pizza and Straight are still alive, but Ziku and Rippa are kind of low on mana, and of course, Ziku is very low on health, so it's not really a fight they want to pick until Wubby gets there.
Yeah, that was some solid play from the Featherstone. Good backstepping, making sure he was taking away the power. Because for the most part, that's a high power bow. He's built, I believe, power into his Windrush. A little bit of power, but
there's
it does
a pile
have
drive out of Wubby on Straight. Straight's going to go down very quickly. The stun circle not going to save him or flex Reno as they manage to continue to successfully finish that double kill in the tower dive. And they're probably going to be able to get this. Minerva is on the way. That could be dangerous. Luther is coming too. They're getting a lot of damage onto Ziku. Hooligan may be able to pull it off. Reaper stunned back by Luther. It's a big dangerous situation for Ziku here. Still alive, but it looks like Luther should be able to finish him. And Hooligan may be able to finish off Reaper here. Oh my goodness, Wubby with the save for Ziku, and Fable with the save for Reaper. Oh my goodness, that team support so strong. Wubby now going on to Luther with Fable coming in from the side, just being and letting his ally die. Oh my goodness, Malady, why would you do that?
He must have thought that Wubby could handle it. Wubby's got that Mystic Dagger, man. Wubby's got the damages. He can get the job done. Either way, that's going to be a tower going down the bottom lane from Yes. He'll be able to pick that one up fairly easily. And now only one tower remaining, and it's pretty low, less than half health in this top lane. Malady doesn't have full combo backup for 25 seconds, so I would be careful if he stayed up against Stride. And for the most part, we're likely to see a push either in bottom lane. Oh, this high ground. Is he going to find Flexerino? Flexerino Zytek charges away. That would have been close.
That was very close. Oh, but he goes in on Huckutcher Pizza. He does half his health and damage, but Vermilion gets away. Yes, coming to take some of that farm, as he would. Hooligan getting attacked by Ziku in the middle lane. Wubby teleports in. They're going ham, but Flexerino is there to stop it. Oh, Flexerino knocked up, but gets away to stop. Is Yes going to be able to finish off? No, Ziku gets the kill. And Pile Driver finishing off Huckutcher Pizza. Huckutcher Pizza? Or I don't know.
I believe it's
looks like they're
Pizza, but I'm not exactly sure. No one's really knows these Stride player teams are going to continuously engagement from Stride. Maybe he can do something. Apparently, Wubby says otherwise.
Yeah, Hooligan trying to do what he can. That Crux is still up, but most of Flex is not. Luther going to die as well. Yes, is gonna finish the Crux with his friends.
Yep, and that's going to be game one going over to Papa Please. So that was a pretty decisive match, about 18 minutes. We'll see whether or not they can do it again in game two. This Strife Championship Series. I'm the source. Joining me is Filibuster Fox. We had Hawkeye in here for a little while, but the Fox has returned, and we'll be getting into game two momentarily.